All right, so this is my favorite part of the track. I'm gonna solo this. So this is again on the Goodson. I'm just strumming a bunch of strings to create that. And then that transitions really well into the next section of the track. Let's unsolo everything and hear the track from here. Natasha came up with this idea. It's a really cool effect. So essentially, it's an electric piano part, but in Ableton Live, we have created, or she has created, this really long pitch envelope. So it starts an octave higher and then gradually comes back down to the original pitch. I'll just solo this here. Now, if I was to disable that, you can hear it just sounds like a normal electric piano sound. But this works really, really well. Very dramatic transition from the previous section going into the next verse section. But to kind of take this to the next level, what she also did was, we're hearing a percussion element there. I'm going to scroll up to the percussion part. This is a loop. So if you listen to the percussion part, you'll notice that there's pitch modulation happening in there as well. And it's essentially the same thing. So going in here into the clip envelope, into transposition, you can see the same pitch envelope here. So combine those two together, works really, really well.
So I tried that every time I say goodbye, you don't notice I was there in the first place.
So this is the entire verse section of the track. I want to talk about this Electronica section that's about to come. Over here. So this is another one of Natasha's brilliant ideas. So you probably know about resampling in Ableton Live, where you route the entire arrangement of your track into a new track and just record that in. And then you can manipulate it in different ways. Here, she's essentially chopped it up to create this musical phrase. Now that sounded really cool, but I felt it was a little empty, so I decided to add a full electronic drum section on top of it. So this is what I added. So let's hear the drums along with that segment here. Kind of helps it groove a bit better. Goes into the next section here, which I've called claps. So we still have the Bulgarian choir effect, but what I did unique in this section, we're basically repeating the same idea in this Electronica section, but whenever I repeat musical ideas, I always want to make, just minor changes here and there, so it's not exactly the same thing. So in this case, it feels like a minor change, but it was pretty significant. So what I did was I added claps, but instead of using like a clap sample, I decided I'm just going to clap myself. So I just set up a microphone and then just clapped a specific rhythmic pattern. And let's see if I can open that up. So here's the clap section. I'm going to solo it first. We just hear the claps by itself. So as you can see, it feels like maybe there are 5, 6, 7 people clapping, but it's just me clapping again and again, overdubbing the same part again and again to kind of create that whole chorusing or choir-like effect. So doing that with the claps, I did edit it to, as you can see here, if I zoom in, some of the parts, maybe the clap wasn't quite on time, or maybe it was a bit too much on time. I wanted to move it a bit early or late to kind of create more of that flamming effect. So that's the clap section. So let's turn it off and hear the section without the claps. It works pretty well, but when you add the claps, the syncopation is accented a bit more. And I feel that kind of just elevates that second repeat of this Electronica section. And then it ends here and moves into the next section. So a little dramatic transition going into the next section where we go into, I guess, what you would call the chorus section. Let's go back to that master resampling track. So the very last repeat, I'll solo it here so you can hear exactly what's happening. So you're getting that DJ style pitch drop effect. So same deal like what Natasha did, pitching things down. I decided to do something similar, but for this resampling track, and I'm showing you right now in the pitch transposition, you can see the envelope shape here. So a bit of a curve, and that works really well. Very dramatic way to introduce the next section. All right, so those are a few of the production techniques we implemented in this track. I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely do check out the whole song.